just start off by saying like what an atmosphere that was. That was phenomenal. Mizzou does a great job with the atmosphere, the music, the crowd. They keep everything going, and I know it helped our team continue to have the energy. But I was super happy with the way we started that game, just with our intent, the way we focused on the game. Obviously, we got a good start from KP in the circle, but our hitters really set the tone right from the start. Conversations were great in the dugout, and I just knew we were going to have a good day as far as our approach at the plate.
Natalie, did you have a question?
Yes, congratulations, Gus, first of all. But I have to ask you, with her being the local kid, what did you see from Sammy Bunch today? Obviously a history-making day for her, so just tell me your thoughts on her day.
Yeah, Sammy was just excited to be here, number one. She's been focusing on her teammates the entire year. I don't think she makes the moment any bigger than it needs to be. But I do know that she's one of those kids that needs some fuel, and she needs somebody to get her going. And I've run out of bag of tricks. I don't have any more up my sleeve with her. It's kind of like I hope somebody makes her angry today, because when she's angry, she plays really well. And I know she was a little disappointed in the all region voting when she's the only shortstop here that didn't make first team. So she had something she had to prove. And I love it when that happens, when there's fuel from the outside that gets her going, because I know that she's going to perform at a high level. But she's always going to maintain that unselfish teammate mentality, which is great.
Colin O'Brien with the next question.
Coach Jacobs, she got number 59. She was patient at the plate all favor her bats. Just what'd you see from her putting that one oppo and setting a new NBC record?
Well, it was one of those things. We had conversation early in the game before her first at bat, and typically we don't have too much of an in-depth conversation before the first at bat, but she was the one that initiated the conversation. There wasn't much that I needed to say, but she went up there with a different plan than she had been the last couple of weeks, and I think it worked for her. She had a great approach. She had a great mindset. She knew what she needed to look for. And I think she was really trying to take what people were giving her a lot over the last couple of weeks, and maybe being a little bit more undisciplined than her normal self. And this, today it was, I'm going to get back to the way I do it best. And she went back to her old approach, and just, it worked for her. And she's one that can adjust on the fly and adjust pitch to pitch. And that really helped her. And she got a good pitch, got a good swing at it.
And Anthony Christensen.
Hey, Coach, congratulations on the win again. I'm assuming you're going to be watching this next game pretty intently. What are you looking at for both of these teams as you prepare for tomorrow?
I don't know if there's much that we need to know about them. I know they're great teams. We've already done a little bit of homework on both of them. We've watched a lot of film already. But the big thing that we've been focused on the entire season is ourselves. And that was the one thing coming into this weekend was we weren't gonna talk about too much about the teams that we were going to face. We had some redemption to work on. Last weekend felt like we came out nervous. We came out with jitters. We pressed a little bit, not only individually, but as a team. And so we had to make that adjustment. And that's the one thing we've been doing all year long with this young group, is just going through an experience, having a situation come up and then learning from it. And so, getting to the regionals is a blessing in disguise just for this group to have another shot at it, to see if they could take that learning experience from last weekend at the NBC tournament and switch it around and play with a little bit more looseness, a little bit more energy. And they did that. So we just got to continue to focus on us and do what we got to do, come up with a good game plan for them and tell them what it is. And then tomorrow they need to go out and execute.
Next question from Cole Bear.
Hey, Coach Jacobs, when it comes to Kaylin's performance in the circle today, we thought coming into this she'd have an advantage, having not faced Iowa State before. But what she did, it feels like kind of went beyond, capturing just that advantage. I mean, can you just speak about how she was able to put that body of work together today? Yeah,
I think KP, just like we talked about our entire team, I think last weekend after the weekend was over, she said it was a learning experience for her. She pressed a little bit, tried to do a little bit too much. And tonight she came out and did a better job. That's all we can ask for. But with her early in the game, they got some really good swings off her in the first 2 innings. They hit 2 fly balls to center to start off the game. And, it was like, man, they're coming out and attacking. And maybe that philosophy of they haven't seen her yet might help us. Like right away, I thought that was out the window. They were prepared. They were ready for her. They came out and attacked her. But the thing that KP's done all year long, the entire year long, is she may start slow, but she gets better as the game goes on. And that's what you want out of a pitcher. You want somebody who, when it gets down to crunch time, when there is a little bit of pressure, that they're getting better as the game goes on. And you don't have them, spend their gas tank in the first 2 innings and have a great first 2 innings and then lose it. She gets better as it gets tougher and it gets tighter. And I definitely know that experience from last weekend helped her out a ton, just settle those nerves and get out there and do what she does.
If you have a question, please use the raise hand function. We'll take Eric Lopez.
Coach, great to talk to you again. Congrats on the win. This is your program's second ever win in the NCAA tournament. Yet, watching your team play on the field, it looked like you've been a veteran of the NCAA tournament before. I mean, did you sense this calm from your team coming? Even, you had the delay, obviously, but it seemed like nothing fazed your team today.
Well, that's great. I'm glad that that's what it looked like because, there was a little adversity today, but we talk about it from day one in the fall that, we just got to roll with the punches, and this team's done a fantastic job. And, you said we've won a game in the regionals before, but we never won the first game. So this is definitely a first. This is something that we haven't done before, put ourselves in the winner's bracket. But you talk about our team's looseness and all that stuff. I think that's how we play. When you see that on the field, that's exactly how we train. That's exactly what we talk about. We talk about staying even keel, not getting too fired up, and just staying with it. And, after we scored those first 4 runs, the conversation was, this is a long game, guys. We got to get after it. We got to continue to go. And they went right back out there and put together some more quality at bats. And, defense always plays really well behind KP because she gives them that energy. You see her punch somebody out. She's got that energy and she's always talking to them. And you just know that they feel that she trusts them and, they want to play hard for her. So that they made some great plays for her too.
Thanks, Coach. We'll get to players next.